I made a whole video about how much disdain I have for live action remakes. After seeing this movie, will I eat my words? I might take a nibble. I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised by this movie, to be honest. I'll save the suspense. This one's pretty good. There are some scenes, or even whole sections of this movie, which are borderline shot-for-shot remakes of the original. The intro they keep, the giving the fish the sandwich thing, the dancing class scene. I appreciate the accuracy of the costumes and how they adapt things visually. There are some other parts that take some more creative liberties, some of which I liked, others were a little superfluous. There's a scene at the start where Stitch sort of crashes this party. The events that transpire feel like pure fluff for a trailer or a TV spot or something. It adds nothing to the movie except now I have to pretend that this entire town wouldn't be on lockdown looking for this blue alien. That's another issue with adapting this into live action, is you have to suspend your disbelief that people would believe he's a dog. You can suspend your disbelief much easier when it's an animated movie, but when it's realistic like this, yeah. It does get points for having an excellent Stitch design. That's another thing they've been faithful with, even down to the 6-arm form at the start of the movie. He looks pretty much just like the original. Pleakley and Jumba, woo-wee. Here's the thing, I hate the masking thing they do. I hate it because I think it's one of the funniest running bits in the original, that they have to dress up like humans, and nobody really bats an eye. Like, Pleakley and Drag is just hilarious, so for them to just do away with that in favour of these guys, Billy Magnuson is excellent in this role. He nails the eccentric nature of Pleakley, but I'd still rather see the alien version all the way through the film. Seeing Zach Galifianakis all veneered up through this movie, and I had to pretend it was Jumba, man, it's not bad, really. And I guess it works for this because Jumba is now the main villain. Well, actually, yeah, he is pretty damn villainous in this one. His design is much more grotesque, and I feel he's more mean-spirited in this than the original. Gantu isn't even in this one. Baffling. But they rework the film so that he isn't needed. You know, in the process, you lose the goofy, lovable Jumba from the original in favour of Zach Galifianakis. The portal scene, the fight in the house, is great. Having a fight involving a portal gun and not doing one of these things is criminal. So that's exactly what they do. It's hilarious. And Stitch uses the momentum from a vertical portal entry to propel himself horizontally. I love stuff like that. They also change Bubbles. He's not nearly as intimidating. In fact, he's not really intimidating at all in this one, and his identity is revealed to the audience straight up. They spell it out immediately. That's because we get Tia's character here, who is basically a support worker who's in Nanny's corner. Speaking of which, Nanny, they do a decent job with her. I feel like the nuance to her character is like ripped out and thrown in your face in this one. It's still there, but it's not subtle anymore, so do with that what you will. The sisterly bond with her and Lilo is still top notch. That's one thing that's just as good as the original. The ending too. You get those same feels as you do when you watch the original. They really did nail the ending. But the first 2 acts of the movie, they flip-flop between lesser recreations of some scenes from the original and uninspired additions. Here's an example. The start, when the social worker is doing their inspection, both in the animation and in the live action, we get this part where Lilo is on the floor lip-syncing. The whole composition of the scene, the comedic timing of the original is just so much better, and the presence of Bubbles adds to the tension much more. The remake feels like, I don't mean to sound harsh, but like diluted, almost fan-made at times. Nowhere is that more apparent than the remake of this scene. The go to your room, I'm already in my room, that part. Then they both scream into the pillows. In the live action one, neither actress really demonstrates the frustration or the quality of line delivery that the original does. Granted, this is Maya's first role, and you know what? Save for a few scenes, such as this one, where I'm purely jaded that it's not as good as the original, she's actually pretty good in the other parts. She portrays the silly, goofy, rebellious nature of Lilo excellently, and the ending, she gives us an extremely convincing showing of like sadness, which is like top 1% child actor stuff, like genuinely touching. So I'm gonna say any faults in line deliveries or anything like that are likely not Maya's fault and could have been righted with some more firm directing, but who cares? Me, but it's not the end of the world. You know what's still excellent? Stitch. The one thing that this movie needed to nail, Stitch is still hilarious and still tugs on those heartstrings just like the original. He's still funny. The scene where he can channel the record player through his mouth remains. And it's still funny, though worse, because you don't get Nanny's horrified expression anymore. She's like indifferent in this one for some reason. Like, she's not even paying attention. So yeah, I don't know. David is still charming and funny. The new characters are fine too. The social worker kind of takes away from the nuance of Bubbles as the social worker slash CIA worker arc he's got going in the original, but what they give is more than what they take, in my opinion. It adds more to the central theme of Ohana, family, or it's a hell of a lot more in your face. The original nailed it effortlessly without blaring it out loud. This one still gets the message across, but it's like, you are a child and you are watching this movie, you are dumb. This movie is about family, your family is good, yes, heartwarming, family, fuzzy, friendly, family. And it is heartwarming, and it gets the feels going. It's a great family movie, and it encompasses most of that good stuff from the original. It's just not as clever as the original, you know what I mean? But yet again, who really cares? It does enough different from the original that you could simply treat it as a separate thing, a retelling. It doesn't try to replace the original, and good, because it absolutely doesn't. But I think if you're a fan of Stitch, it's worth the watch and you'll love it. I won't spoil, but those final 20 minutes are brilliant. Frankly, the whole movie's great. It's more than enjoyable, but this is a review, and I gotta be honest, even if it seems like I'm being a bit harsh. Regardless, thank you for watching. Stay tuned.